Hello there, welcome to episode 56, I believe, of our Minecraft Let's Play for Everworld. Now, in the previous episode, we did this, which is a defensive, well, it's a gate. It's going to become a gate, and it's going to be also a wall there, probably here as well, and then some type of a defensive position up here. Now, we did quite leave it undone still. There's that part there. Not sure what I want to do there just yet, but we'll get to it later. And then there's this part here, which I do believe is still quite undone. At least partly. Yes, this here. But I think today's main plan is to get rid of this entire thing here, which is a lot to do in one episode, but hopefully our shovel is good enough so that we can manage to get rid of all of it. Luckily, we do have a second shovel somewhere, so that we don't have to entirely worry about that. But I do think that we're going to run through at least this one within this episode. But without further ado, let's get rid of everything in our inventory so that we've got enough space to host at least as much as we can of that dirt and gravel. I mean, of course, dirt and grass. And let's go. Yeah. So, this shovel is one of the only things that survived 2 episodes ago when we died right next to lava, and basically everything that we had in our inventory was lost. Now, in real life, for me, that happened yesterday, and I filmed the gathering of those items today. I filmed the previous episode today, and I do believe this is the last one that I'll be filming today. But yes, it's been a couple hours. Luckily, I do enjoy doing this in quite large batches for multiple reasons, but I think the most important one is that then my train of thought is not completely lost during each episode. Now, of course, when there's a longer while between them, I do kind of sort of forget what I've done in the previous ones, but I think that's something that would happen anyway, even if I did these twice a week. So doing these once a week, maybe once every 1.5 weeks, I think makes more sense for my memory, which is awful. I've been thinking about different methods on how to get rid of this massive failure in my planning. So far, I'm only come with the idea of doing small bullet points about each episode, and so far it has not worked. I'll probably get to that later on, but for now, just become accustomed to my ramblings and, I don't know, stupid things that I do because I can't remember what I did in the previous episode. A good example probably of that is the missing shulker box that we had, in which all of the dirt and grass was, but luckily we did find that. I was editing a different video, I think that was like 5 episodes ago or something like that. I did find it during that one. So luckily that's not an issue anymore. But yeah, still, you get the point. Let's actually go here. And let's make it clear where this starts. So all of this is going to be going away. And I think I'll leave everything from this point that way. This looks like the Marianas Trench, just a little bit. But it's not deep enough. Not by a mile. Does it actually go deeper? It probably goes, but for me it just looks like extremely shallow. For being the Marianas Trench, of course. I think we also lost... Yeah, we lost the iron bucket that we had. Water bucket. So I think we need to make a new one. I just realized that. As I said, that happened yesterday, and the aftermath was today, so haven't had the time to check what I've lost just yet, but I will get to it right after this episode, I do believe. Let's see. How much of this sand is there? We already got like way over 9 stacks, probably at like 15. Well, luckily we don't have to worry about sand then for a long while. At least I hope. I should probably knock on wood. But yeah, this is a hassle. Now, luckily for us, we do have an easy method of getting glass, which doesn't include sand, or doesn't involve sand, and that is buying them from the librarian villager. Which is a good thing, because honestly, I can find so many different things to do in my world, aside from just gathering materials to make glass. So I think this is a good thing. But then again, I haven't yet, at least, done any farms, so I haven't had the opportunity to completely get rid of everything that wastes time and just focusing on building. But I'll get to that at some point. But for now, I think in the beginnings of this world, it also makes a lot of sense to do all of these annoying things, because they are a part of the game. And when they're a part of the game, well, I should probably do those things and not to skip them. Of course, at some point, the builds will be so grand that I'll have to do something about it. I mean, I do think the same about the Fulbright now that I've done 50 of these episodes. I'm starting to change my decision on that, but still think I'm sticking with this, at least for now. But at some point, yes, definitely, I might just do a 360 and instead go with the Fulbright, but only time will tell. If you're from the future watching this, you probably know the answer. But I don't. So yeah. Let's see, does this fix itself? It doesn't. Which is a shame. But I think I can get a fix to that later on when I get the shovel back. It's also quite shallow. I think from this point here, I'm gonna make it deeper as well. Now, it would help if I had Aqua Affinity, but some guy accidentally lost the helmet that had that enchantment on it. So we are left with nothing, unfortunately. Now, I also have to look at the shovel's durability, which is saying I need help. But I think we'll skip the night and then we'll switch to the second shovel. Although I'm not sure if that one has efficiency 5 or if it's efficiency 4. If it's efficiency 4, then I think we might have to go and get the beacon. Let's see, the durability is at 63. We've got plenty of things already laying on the ground. Let's just 59. Do not want to break this one. I've done that once before and did regret it. Okay, let's leave it there. We'll have some grace with this shovel so that we don't do the same thing we've done in the past. And let's skip the night. Let's switch to the shovel. Let's also empty our inventory. We do need something for that. Let's see. There we go. Double chest and place all of the sand there. That's quite a lot, but it's not entirely full just yet. We'll get there though. I think I'll place the sandstone there, and the 2 stone can go practically anywhere, but I'd like to place them here with its friends. Wonderful. There we go. And let's see. Efficiency 4. So I do think it might not be enough. Let's make sure. I'm kind of in between. Let's press down. Oh, it's still in someone. Okay, that's good. For some reason I had the hunch that this is the case, but then I also recall that efficiency 5 is what you need for insta-mine, but I do think that only goes for the stone things with the pickaxe, not this, which is a good thing. Let's gather all of this before it despawns, and then we can continue with this project. Now this has fortune 3, so unfortunately, pun not intended, we can't go and mine all of the grass and get the grass blocks from this, but I think that's fine. So if we get gravel, we won't get gravel from that. We will get all of the flint that we would need in this world. I also think I can sell those to a Fletcher. So maybe that's not the worst thing at all either. Here we go. And yes, the reason why I'm doing this like this, basically, where I'm first mining the upper floors and then afterward going for the lowest one, is that I can walk better on this layer. And then when I get to the more annoying part of walking in water, then I won't have to deal with all of that annoying slow walking while mining multiple layers. But hopefully I'll only do like 1, 2, maybe 3 layers of breaking for those levels. Especially now, since I don't have any enchantments that I would really utilize in that, since I lost them all. There we go. Then we'll get rid of these as well. We can already get rid of this layer as well, and probably this one too. There we go. This is also a good way to get sandstone, which I must admit I haven't used that much, like ever, in any world. It's just something that I don't really find enough so that I could justify using it so much. But maybe this could be one of those times when I do actually use it. It is quite expensive to make 1 piece of sandstone from 4 sand. But then again, I could just mine like 4 shulker boxes and get like a full shulker box of just sandstone. So maybe it's not that bad after all. But yeah, I definitely want to use that at some point, at some build. I'm not sure when that will be, and how I will pair it with this build. I probably can't really, but I could try my best. There we go. We are getting rid of this layer. And I do actually have some tea that I would like to get in just a minute. It's poor. I'm not sure if that sounds correct, but I think that's how you pronounce it. It's not poor as in no funds, but instead it's just a type of tea. I personally, I didn't know about the existence of that before I found it in the store. Beforehand, I didn't know that such a thing exists. And I was quite surprised when I heard that I don't think this one has any caffeine, or at least it's lower. I could be wrong on that. Don't trust me, just Google it yourself. But yes, I'm not the biggest fan of the teas that have caffeine in them, because I usually drink caffeine. Well, I mean, I usually drink tea at night, and well, if it's got caffeine in it, then it affects my sleep schedule, doesn't it? There we go. I think we've got plenty of sand in our inventory again. To see. There's some, yeah. Is that there? And actually sandstone goes there as well. Let's make a couple extra. Oh, looks like we've got some other things as well. Not just caffeine, not just caffeine, not just sand in our inventory. There we go. And yes, I'm thinking we should probably relabel or recolor all of our shulker boxes at some point, because using an orange one for grass and dirt maybe doesn't make as much sense as it could. I think I usually have it in a brown chest or brown shulker box, but for now I'll stick with that. I think when we get more, which will probably be around the episode, perhaps 75, perhaps 100, I think then we'll get there. I'm thinking probably episode 100 should be either getting the elytra or then unlocking all of the extra shulker boxes. But then I also thought that we don't yet have medding that much on any of our gear, except that the stuff that we found. But maybe we should have like a milestone where that happens as well. It could also be just the episode 75 as an example, or the 100. But then, do we really want to, as an example, if I do mending at the 100 mark, do we want to stick it out for 50 more episodes after that before we get elytra? That's a good question, and that would mean it would take me basically a year from this before we get the elytra, which is a long time to play without them. But then again, I think yes, it gives us it eases the game just a little bit, quite a lot actually. Gives us a different perspective to look at the game from. But then again, I do have this, so it's not like the most necessary thing. Also, I think it would help our nether traveling quite a lot to not have elytra, because then I can actually make good pathways. I do have the incentive to make those pathways and not just fly around from portal to portal. And also, I guess in the overworld, then I would actually have a reason to make, like, as an example, railways that connects this to my story village or something. So there would actually be a reason for all of that. But yeah, I'll think about it. I haven't set anything in stone just yet. Also thought maybe doing like a combination of the elytra and shulker boxes is boring. So I also had in mind that maybe we first go for the shulker boxes, and even if we find the elytra at the same time, we just don't go with them. Then again, if we go to the end, if we get the elytra and we don't use them, is that kind of stupid? I really don't know. I'm basically can't decide. I'll just admit it. I can't decide between those. So I would definitely like your feedback on that. So give your opinion down in the comments. I do think not having the elytra gives me something in this world that probably not every other world has. So it's partly a good thing. But then again, I think I'll miss using elytra at some point. But maybe that could be like me admitting that yes, I've gone this far without it, but it is quite useful to use it, so why not go back for it? And then when the time comes that I'm just, too bothered with using the natural pathways, then at that point, I can start using the elytra, and I can then basically look at all of the things that I've done in this world that make kind of sense in the world building sense as well. All of the pathways, all of the roads, and I can look at them and perhaps use them at some point with, you know, kindness, with warmth, I mean, you know, because right now we've got that one road, and I do enjoy going through that, but then again, it's quite a hassle going from this point to all the way to the starter base every time I need like one thing. So yes, using elytra would probably ease in that way quite a lot. But then doesn't make it too easy. Okay, I think this is a good spot to just say pause for a second. I'll get my tea. There we go, and we are good to continue. Let's take the chests from here. Place them here instead. I do like this. It's been a while since I drank this flavor. It's one of my favorites, I got to admit. I do think at some point we're gonna have plenty of flint, so maybe we should think of a place to store them. Or then we just dump them there. Let's do that for now. Apologies. Let's continue. And we are running quite low on this pickaxe, but it's got like a couple hundred still on it, so let's use it until it meets its end of life. That was quite beautifully said. Also, we do still have like the 32, 31, I think, render distance, but it's been running fine, at least for me, so I think I'll stick to it, at least for now. I've got like, oh yeah, I've got the 60 FPS as my frame limit, since I'm filming this with 60 Hz. Or like, you know, the recording from OBS is 60. So I think this is just a good way to minimize any mismatches on that area. Completely forgot about that. I think I've played this game, you know, without recording, like with my friends and stuff. Maybe even alone. I've still had that 60 as the cap. I've gotten quite used to it when recording. So yeah, probably haven't noticed that for a long while. But doesn't matter. If it didn't bother me, it doesn't matter. I think Minecraft is one of those games where it doesn't really... I guess it matters just a little bit, but even though this is 60 Hz, it's still quite smooth. So it's definitely something different than, as an example, playing any first-person shooters, Overwatch, Counter-Strike, any of those would be while playing at 60 versus 180 or 144 Hz. So yeah, doesn't matter as much. Also, I'm not sure if I've said this before, but you do also have the option to turn to 144, 1440p. So if you go to YouTube settings right now, you can turn that up to 1440 Hz. I keep saying the wrong thing. And you can look at this with better resolution if you want. Now I'm looking at these, and I think I do want to have them there. So let's keep them. Maybe even. Let's perhaps leave this one here alongside those. Now we get to the most annoying part, which is going to be this mining inside. Okay, that's horrible. Maybe we'll do it from up here. And that will be just a little bit better. Hopefully. Also, yes, I'm getting way too much of this stuff. That's fine. So yeah, let's make this 2 or 3 deep in all of its parts that are not those. Those are quite cool. I do like them. I might even make them larger and prettier at some point, but not now. Let's make some outlines. We can actually mine it from inside and then just open the floodgates, I guess. That way we don't have to battle with all of that water before we get to the actual flooding part. Just go here, just quote unquote paint the outlines. There we go. Do this for the entire thing. That one was a fail. And doing something like this probably helps us in managing all of that water and all of this mining as well. I don't think it really matters how shallow or deep it is, as long as it doesn't really, if you can't see it from the shore. So I think 2 or 3 deep is fine. It's good enough. But let's check once we get there if it is indeed good enough, or if we need to do some changes to that later on. Of course, when we get the Aqua Affinity and Death Strider, there we go. Actually remembered the name of it. Once we get those back, then I think we can come back later and make those adjustments. But for now, let's do our best here. And let's try to let's try to prepare for the flooding with as much depth as we possibly can. So probably those 3. I think 3 is a moderately good level. Can patch that for now. There's some water here already. Luckily it's only like a couple patches. There we go. Okay, we are getting close to the Marianas Trench, or whatever you want to call it. I think I'll stick to calling it that for at least this episode. Let's make our way back this side, and then we can come back and mine the middle. Wonderful. Now let's check on this 147. It's got some life in it still. I do think we've got a second one. Yes, because we used it in the previous episode. So we can get that later on. We have to clear our inventory in just a minute. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, that's not a good thing. That is not a good thing at all. Bummer. But yeah, let's get to that later. Just mine this, and also get rid of this center area here. Let's finish the outline on this part. Wonderful. Now, I'm not sure if we can finish this entire thing in this video. I'm hoping we can. But we'll get there soon enough. Know the answer in, what, like half an hour? 20 minutes? Maybe 40. But yes, I think if I can do this in like one episode. That would be the best. Then there's this here as well, and then I think our inventory is practically full. Yeah. Let's not even mind that part. And let's just go now. Because I looked at my inventory and now I've got like space for like three pieces of stone, so I would rather dump these now and then let's get back to it later on. There goes that. And we are full. Alright, I think... yeah. I think let's take these chests, make one right here for the sand. And then let's get back to this later on. I think I'll step off for now. And I'll see you, or you guys, in just a couple of seconds. For me, it's gonna be just a while longer. There we go. And yes, I'll be back quite soon. Alright, and we are back. And now, actually, it's been 2 days since I filmed the previous one, I think. And just realized that I did lose one of the shulker boxes that we started with. But that's fine, because, well, what can I do about it anymore? Nothing. So yeah, I think we lost a purple shulker box, which had some non-necessary items inside of it. So yeah, we just gotta move on and go with the next project, which probably won't need those items anymore. Anyway, so it doesn't matter. Actually, you know what? Let's take this again. And we are back. Yes, I did just try to film this and I forgot some things, but yes, we are back. So, it's been 2 days since I did the previous part of this episode, and I do still remember mostly what we're supposed to do here. So, getting rid of these things. And I've also edited some of the previous videos, especially the one that sees us losing all of our stuff, or, well, some of it. And I did notice that I do lose a purple shulker box with some items inside of it, but it's nothing important, so we can just continue with this and not really care about what happened in that episode. I did just switch my pickaxe, but I'm now realizing that this one doesn't have efficiency 5 inside of it, or on it. So I think we might just want to go and repair the one pickaxe that we do have efficiency 5 on. Maybe a second one that we could use is the one with fortune, so that we get some cobblestone, because I don't think we have that much of it either. This is insurmountable, so we can do this now. But yeah, I'm thinking that we should probably mine like a couple more layers of this before we get to fill this entire thing with water. And speaking of water, we still need to to also craft the water bucket that we lost in the previous video as well, or a video a couple episodes back. But yeah, I'm thinking that the first order of business is to get rid of all of the sandstone that we can see as well. I could do this now, and after we are done with this, let's go. Should we go and get the beacon now? I think we should. You know, it's gonna help us quite a lot in this, so probably doing it now is the best thing to do. Let's see. I want to make these outlines like actually proper. Oh, I guess I could do that. Then here, like so. There we go. Up. And I'm thinking, is that it? Except for this part. It might just be. It's a good thing. So yeah, let's leave this right here, I believe. And let's just go and get the beacon before we forget to do that. We've still got some time, you know, I just started filming again. And I'm thinking that, yeah, we can finish this episode after getting the beacon and setting it up here. Hopefully, we also have time to get at least one. I'm guessing multiple would be better of the water buckets so that we can properly fill this thing up once we get done with this. At least 2 layers more. So let's empty our inventory. Let's hop into the nether. Hopefully without dying this time. And let's get out of here. Let's see. So sand goes there, sandstone goes there. Let's actually probably put that there. Oh, wonderful. There's dirt. And there isn't stone. That's full. Almost everything's full. Alright, well, dump them there, and I think that's the later episode's problem. I'll think about it later. But yeah, I'm thinking at least stone is quite necessary. Also, of course, cobblestone might become handy at some point. I mean, having it. But then again, we could just do like a cobblestone generator at some point as well. I don't think that's extremely cheating. I think that's just one of those things that are present in the game. Of course, then do I do a stone generator so that I can insta-mine it? Or do I do a TNT duplication thing? And I think there again goes kind of 2 sides of an argument. So that if I am making the TNT duplicator, I guess that could be called cheating. Although that's been in the game for like a decade now probably. But then if I allow that, should I also allow, as an example, sand as a duplicating thing? So should I then make a gravity tube? Because I don't think I want to do that. But there's a small thing I forgot, which is naming those guys. Do I have any name tags? Oh, I can make them nowadays. There we go. The shader's back on. It's lagging quite a lot when I do that, but that's fine. Don't have enough sugarcane to make paper. The lag stopped now. Thank you. Yeah, let's not go further than this now. So I'm afraid that once I go too far, I can't really... Well, the guys will despawn. Let's go there and make 6 name tags, and let's go with something. What would be a good name? I think they will all be named Greg. There's no reason for that. That's just... Okay. What's my GPU at 100? Also, where did this guy go? It's just... Hello there. Mr. Greg. Oh, this guy. Yeah, I guess this guy just despawned then. I think I just saw it, but I guess it's not there anymore. But luckily we've still got 1 Greg, and I don't think that one will despawn now, so that's a good thing. Yeah, let's come back here. Yeah, we don't have any Grex here either. Or name tags. I get it. That's why I'm lagging. Let's fix that. And yeah, we're much better now. I do have a decent-ish setup. At least it used to be. Now it's a little bit older. I think I've had this since like 2021, maybe 22. So it is becoming quite old, but it should be still running quite fine. Oh, I don't have any gold. Because I do have those. And we get 2 buckets. There we go. So let's use these diamonds with all of the stuff that we do have right now. Do also hear baby zombie. Can't really do much about that though. We got some diamonds here as well. The swift snake, rest in peace. And what else? I mean, that's maxed out. I guess I can make like 1 extra shovel. Let's see, efficiency 4. So if I did get the maximum, I could probably fix this up to a fortune 3 efficiency 5 pick. I mean shovel. Then again, that cost me 5. That cost me 4. So I should just do this, right? Let's name it as well. Silky, but this is quite usual. Let's go with that. So this is for grass. If you couldn't tell. And oh right, we need. Wait, we've got that here. Let's see, efficiency 3, efficiency 4. Okay, well this is a mess of every sort of pickaxe that we could have. Then there's no single one with efficiency 5 right now fixed. That also cost me 30 levels, which is not ideal. So I don't think we'll do that. Would like one with the efficiency 5 enchantment right now, which isn't anything other than this. But if I do this, it costs me 5 and I don't have that. Right. Alright, well, let's dump everything else here. Right? Where's my fortune one? Well, I guess that one is... This is the fortune one. Okay. Place that there. And get rid of that now. We can use this again. And... let's place those diamonds there. Let's leave some here, like... maybe 10. I've got 5 extra there, for no reason. And... yeah, I think we are quite set with these. So, the game plan is to go down. Maybe actually... let's do this. So yeah, let's get down. Let's mine out the entirety of the beacon. Let's try to get those 5 last levels that we need for the repairment of that pickaxe. And we'll probably get it quite soon from this, right? if we didn't blow up all of our XP and coal. And oh right, don't have any of the light sources that we usually would have. So let's get something from here. Oh, this doesn't light anything. Okay. Oh, let's scratch that. Take this from here. There we go. And let's continue here. There we go, that's 5 levels. I'm quite fine with just this. Then let's head out. We'll place that there. There we go. Apologies, it might be quite bright here. There we go. And how do we want to do this so that we don't break everything at once? I think let's get that out of there, just for now. Luckily we've got some here. Let's take the jungle logs. Also, I don't have any crafting tables with me now. Like, none at all. Okay. Oh, that's not perfect. I think we're gonna need all of them. And then I'm gonna need the sticks. Let's take all 12, although we might not need all of them, but rather have them than not have them. There we go. Dump those there. Place that one as well. Switch to the silkfish. And now, I think we can leave that beam there. But let's just replace all of these. Nope. There we go. It's got some W's in it now. There we go. And then the last one, I think. That should stop it. And then let's get here. Got one there. Is that all? I think that might just be all. Okay. We can leave that now. And yes, we got 5 blocks of iron just from that. So that's 45 that we can play with. Let's actually take that back, because we're gonna need it. And then, since we've got this now, I think let's start with the lowest levels. And let's mine this entire thing out. And then I think we're gonna just move it to over the... Wait, where do we place this? I was gonna say let's place this like on the island, but maybe we should do it around the base instead, or the nether portal that we currently have. Because then if we do it like that, we at least have some of it go over to the mountains. And I think that's still enough, or like short of a distance, so that we get some for the island as well. So it is quite central, the location. Let's go here as well. Now it's a shame I have to mine this as well, since, well, I'm losing the haste now, I think. That's fine. There we go. Looking at the top right corner, I do still have it. Somehow. It's just the case one. But even that should run out. What's this thing working? Oh, right, and now everything I just did with this is kind of wasted, but not really, since if I do need it in the future, I've got it. So that's a good thing. Then let's get here. Gather all of these. I think that's all. Now, when we break this, yes, the water will go down, but we can get up from that. And also, in the future, we now know exactly the spots where we'll have to leave the beacon in order to have the entire thing working. So we don't have to think about lighting up or remember all of the layers that go into the beacon, but instead we can just place it down there and it will start working instantly. Which is a good thing. There we go. Now I'm extremely positive that I should make more of the crafting tables. So let's take all of these, turn them into crafting tables. And let's make just some extra pieces of torches. Do we need anything else from here? I guess taking these would be smart. But we don't have any extra there. I guess let's have these then. Is it these guys that are making that sound? Yeah, okay. You guys just baited me for so long. There we go, place them there. Everything that we need is in our inventory. We've got some extra as well. Let's get rid of them. Oppa, don't need that. Let's take the ingots just in case. I think we've got 5 extra blocks of iron, so we can leave those there. I think we are ready to roll after we make 1 more pouch. There we go. And do I have any? I have red color and yellow dye as well. Let's do a pink one. There we go. Oh, I still have 1 extra. What happened there? Was there 2 peonies? Or I think that just gives me two pink dye. Okay. Didn't know that. And let's use the animal, now that I remember it. There we go. And it's not this one. This one. Silk touch. And this. And we do have exactly that 5 levels. There we go. And place that back there. Now we are ready to go back. Hopefully without any extra adventures on the way. Actually, now that we're here, let's take those. And now we can leave. So I think with these lava buckets, and also if we take 6 more from the lava lake that we have, like the natural one, I think we'll get 1 more, at least 1 more, not portal, but ender chest, and we can use that just in case that we forget this, or as an example, accidentally break it with a fortune pickaxe instead of the silk touch one. Now I'm thinking that's most likely not gonna happen, but instead it's just gonna be me forgetting it somewhere. But just in case it does, so it would be good to have some extra. So let's go. Let's place them down here first. There we go. We can fill these with water now. And let's start making the base of the beacon. I think I'll use iron first, and then let's get using the other ones later on, so that we have the... I think iron is the hardest of the materials, so it takes the longest to mine, and then at least gold I think is the softest. So it takes just a shorter time to mine gold than it does iron. Let's see, is that 9? It's 9. There we go. Wrong place. That's fine. Also, let's fill these. So that's gonna annoy me in just a little bit of time. And then I think we can fill the rest with these materials. Now it's gonna look just a little bit ugly, but that's fine. This is not a beauty competition. Wonderful, and we do have exactly all that we started with. One is the extra 5 that we had for no reason. There we go, and that is... Why am I just now getting those achievements? I do think I've had those before. I think I've most likely done the same thing with the... What's it called? The backups. Oh right, when I was playing with the microphone, yeah. That's my bad. So yes, I've probably had those open already, but for some reason it hasn't saved it somewhere. Where are they? Minecraft? No. Venture. Not here either. Oh, it's a nether, of course. So I do think I've had these already. So maybe it's when I play with the backups that happens. I don't know. That's weird. But it doesn't matter. We can place those there. And probably had a place for these as well somewhere. I guess that works. Now, since we have haste 2, I think it's just a little bit quicker to go and mine the... Are those wrong? No. No, we're close. So I think now it's a lot quicker to go and mine the obsidian that we need. At least 6 more. But we do have 4 eyes, so that would be 24. I do want to leave just a couple here for future. I think that could be that corner. So we can just mine these then. Oh, it doesn't. This is too far away. So it didn't matter if we had the beacon or not. Let's do that before I do this. There we go. Place that in that corner so that I get pushed this way. So we needed 24. If my calculations are... They're actually not close at all. We need 32 because we didn't have the 6 beforehand. So that's 3 now. And we are getting closer to all of the 4. 5 more. And I think for the rest of them, I'll leave them here. So that when we get to the lava machine that we want to make. We've got some already here. There we go. And now let's head home. Or, well, the base that's there. I'm not going home just yet, don't worry. It just came from there, and I think this is starting to be the new home, at least for this area. So I think we could call this the home already. There is no crafting table here. Now there is. Wonderful. So let's leave 2 there and dump 2 more there, so that we don't do the same mistake that we did now with all of them, but instead we have 3 of them already there. But yeah, that's it for today's episode. We did this beacon now. Wonderful. And I think in the next episode we can fully finish making all of the improvements in this area. So, or well, the demolitions, which is that island there. And I think we can probably start with the larger terraformings that are going to be made in this area as well. We'll see. That depends all on my mood for the next 3 minutes, because, you know, I'm gonna make this next video right after this one. But yeah, that's it for today's episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode in just a couple of days for you guys. Goodbye.